Hello, and welcome to the K201 podcast. In this podcast, we will be covering Tutorial number 6, Part 1, Managing Multiple Worksheets and Workbooks. Let's take a look at our first objective, grouping worksheets. As you've seen in previous tutorials, using multiple worksheets makes it much easier to group and summarize data. Let's start with entering formulas in a worksheet group. In the Tutorial6 workbook, switch to the Quarter 1 worksheet. Notice how there's Quarter 1, Quarter 2, Quarter 3, and Quarter 4. Looking at all of them, you can see that they all have very similar formats. So going to the Quarter 1 worksheet, we are going to add formulas to find out the total number of tickets and sales. Since all the layouts for the worksheets are the same, we can create a worksheet group. In order to do that, we are going to click Quarter 1, then click the Shift key, and then go and click Quarter 4. Notice how Quarter 1 through Quarter 4 tabs are all white. That means they are grouped. Now, when you enter a formula into one worksheet, it will automatically place that same formula into others grouped together. So let's try it. Go to B13 and do a sum function. Go ahead and click Enter, and we will get the total number of adult tickets sold. Doing it again for the children tickets, we will find a similar number. Now we're going to take those and fill it in all the way to the sales. Next, in A13, we are going to type in totals. In order to make it stand out a little bit more, we are going to do the increase indent button here at the top. Now, let's go to Quarter 2 and see if anything changed. As you can see, the number of tickets, number of sales, and totals is all there. Quarter 4 and Quarter 3 are the same. Now let's see how to apply formatting to a group. Go back to Quarter 1. We are going to bold the text in the following ranges. A1 to B2, we will bold. A6 to A13, we will also bold. And then B4 to E5, we are going to bold. Now we're going to increase the width of column A to 24. Now we are going to merge and center the following. B1 to E1, we will merge and center. B2 to E2, we will also merge and center. B4 to C4, we will merge and center. And then D4 to E4, we will merge and center. To B6 and the C13 range, we are going to apply the comma style, which is right here in the number ribbon. Notice the commas are not used because none of the numbers are higher than 1,000. We want to get rid of the decimals, so we are going to decrease the decimals by 2. Now, to the range D6 to E13, we are going to apply the accounting format. Notice how there's dollar signs, and we're going to get rid of the 2 decimal places as well. So now we have dollar signs for where the sales should be, and then no dollar signs for just the number of tickets sold. Now for the range B5 to E5, we're going to add a bottom border. Also, we're going to add a bottom border to the range B12 to E12. Now let's look at Quarter 2. It's the same again. Quarter 3 and Quarter 4 have changed as well. Now, how do we ungroup worksheets? All you need to do to ungroup a worksheet is to click a worksheet not involved in the grouped worksheets. For example, documentation. Clicking that, we ungroup the worksheets. Now let's move on to our second objective, working with multiple worksheets. Let's see how to copy a worksheet. We are going to click the Quarter 1 tab and click the Control key. Notice how the cursor changes, and we're going to move it over here to the left of the Documentation tab. So the copy is named Quarter 1 and parentheses 2. The parentheses with the 2 means it is the second copy of the Quarter 1 tab. We are now going to rename this as Summary. And we are going to move it between Documentation and Quarter 1. Now, in the summary, we're going to click A2, and we're going to type in 2013. In B2, instead of the Quarter 1 sales, we're going to change it to totals. Now, we're going to select the range B6 to E12, and we are going to delete it. See how the data is deleted, but the formatting in this is the same, and the formulas are still there. Now let's see how to reference cells and ranges in other worksheets. So we're going to go to the quarter 1 worksheet. We're going to press and hold the Shift key to group together the worksheets. Now we're going to click in A2. We're going to click the Enter button because we're going to have a function, and we're going to click the Summary tab and the A2 there as well. Click Enter, and you can see in quarter 1 how we now have 2013, which was in A2 of the Summary tab. Quarter 2, 3, and 4 are all the same. Now we're going to ungroup the worksheets. We're going to come back to the Documentation tab. So even though the worksheets are ungrouped, we are going to change this to fiscal year 2013. And you're probably thinking that because they're ungrouped, it's not going to change. Well, let's look. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4 all change because they are referencing A2 in the summary. Now we're going to work on using 3D references. In the summary worksheet, we're going to go to B6. We're going to type Enter Sum with the first parentheses. Now we're going to click the quarter 1 worksheet, and we're going to group it to quarter 4. So you're going to hold the Shift, click quarter 4, and then since we did B6 in the Summary tab, we're going to do B6 in these tabs. Click Enter, and you will see the number appear. Now we are going to do that for C6, D6, and E6. Once you do that, you can fill, without formatting, the numbers all the way down to the bottom, and I already have that done for us. Make sure that when you fill it all the way, you're filling without formatting. Finally, let's look at printing a worksheet group. Let's group all of the worksheets together. So Documentation, Shift and click all the way to the quarter 4. We are going to click the Page Layout, and then the dialog box launcher, which is right here in Page Setup. We want to make sure that it's horizontally centered on the page. We're going to go to the header footer. We're going to create a custom header. In the center section, we're going to add the sheet name. If you forget which one it is, you can always hover over these and it'll tell you which one. Click OK. Now we're going to do a custom footer. In the left box, you need to put your name. And then we're going to put the date in the right. And then click OK. Now we're going to do the print preview. Do you see the arrows at the bottom of the page down here? These will let you look at all of your worksheets. So once you're ready to print, all you need to do is click Print, and that's it.